chat. Did I do everything? Well, that's covered. The music. I've got the stream music in the background. I've got my second desktop out. Hold on. I had water. I didn't make tea just because I didn't feel like it. I didn't make coffee because it's 5 o'clock in the evening. Man. A lot has happened since the last dev stream, I think. I basically completely reworked the entire way I think about coding. So that means that all of my coding for Technomancer is now janky and outdated. That's okay, because I can still code in this janky, outdated way if I want to. It's just going to be a little bit harder. But that's okay, because I'll just use the same code, right? I'll just keep it as it is. I'll worry about everything later if it comes to it, which it won't, because I don't care enough to fix it. Whoa. Okay, that's not... What? What is that? Oh, yeah. A USB cable I found on the side of the road. Good stuff. Oh yeah, this will work for charging my iPad if I ever feel like it. Anyway, I'm so tired today, man. Ugh. Ah. Yeah, I also still gotta work on like math and stuff after I get done with this. That's okay. Okay, would you shut up? There we go. Let's put on the real music. Can you hear that well? I can't hear it very well. But let me see. Where's the... You can't hear... Oh, you can hear it. You can hear it. That's good. Excuse me. Okay, you can hear that. That's pretty good. That's nice. Let's go to the... Oh yeah, I changed the position of the scene on my thing. So now I have to actually look through my OBS scenes to find it. Yeah, I put it right under IRL. Under IRL. Okay, no wait, yeah, that's right, because I don't use the camera. I use the whole screen. So I don't know why it's called that. Screen. Yeah, I'll just call it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Here we are in the Technomancer files. I made this new file right here, upgrade system. This is going to be complicated, I think. What can be upgraded? How is it upgraded? And what needs to be done to make it this way? Here's what I moved. There was a bunch of stuff in this to do that I just moved down here, and then I moved some other stuff to do later. We're not... If we can get the upgrade system done, we're not too far off from being done with the game, to be honest. And that'll be cool, because I honestly want to shift away from doing a project like this. I wanna do like videos with coding adventures like Sebastian does. Except I'll have a different style, of course. I want to try that anyway. Who knows? Why am I congested? I'm not sick. Maybe I should have made tea anyway. Yeah, I want to try a lot of different stuff because I don't know how my workflow works best right now. Hope that's not doxy. Okay, anyway. Let's go back. Let me start the game right now. See where did I leave off? Okay. I remember there's a very good incentive to preserve your bullets right now. And your health, which I'm not doing very well. Uh-huh. Well, apparently you can, if you're very careful about your resource management, you can be sustainable, as far as I can tell. That health pickup gave me 1 health. Okay. Well, I didn't need to go and waste another one like that, but you know. Ah, okay. Definitely need this pickup. Okay, that wasn't a bad pickup. That was a good one. I still need to do the damage indicators better and stuff like that. Okay. That gave me 2 health. I think it gives you up to like 5 health or something, which sucks, to be honest. Which means I should absolutely be picking more of these up. Okay, there's no incentive to stay unless I'm very close to running out of bullets. No incentive to stay in a lower floor, which I don't mind. So another thing I want to do, and this won't be very hard, is I want to put doors between the rooms so that I don't know if I want to put doors between the rooms so that enemies can't shoot you through them. Okay, nobody's giving me ammo pickups, so I am kind of on edge about that. There's one. It wasn't a lot though. So yeah, of course the first thing I do is go into a room and blow all of my ammo killing these guys. Okay, it's getting a little bit hectic here. Okay, well, didn't I have, yeah, I had a health pickup back here. I kind of like this kind of pacing for the first bit of the game until you get more powerful through upgrades later. So I kind of want to preserve this feeling. Oops. So far, it's not a bad game at all. It's just, you know, missing all of the core mechanics is all. Okay, I missed every shot on that guy, and I'm doing poorly on ammo. I am definitely running out. Okay, we're back at the entrance, of course. Okay, I went from 350 to 250 in just like a couple rooms. How did that happen? They need to drop more. I think they need to drop pickups more frequently, especially if it's going to be mostly chips, mostly upgrade chips. And I got to fix that issue too, the camera tweening. Just turn it off before, and turn it off before teleporting and after, then turn it back on after. Not that hard. I just need to do it. Oh, hold on. Is this one impossible? I think so. Well, my health is definitely not. Okay, I think this one's impossible. Would you look at that? We can't actually get to the exit. We're on floor 3 at this point in time, and there's no way I can kill myself either. How sad. We are locked into these 6 rooms. Okay. So, yeah. Now I kind of know where we're at. Honestly, I just need to increase this. 32. Yeah, that should be good, right? Yeah. That honestly, that'll make it even a little bit trivial. No, it won't. But anyway, I definitely feel like I'm gonna need more water. That's okay. So we need to do the figure out upgrade data system is just fancy talk. I just need to, I was saying that because, yeah, it'll add just the data to your inventory, right? And we need to figure out, okay, so this is the problem that I kind of gave up on last stream. Is, I don't know, first of all, I don't know what defense does still. Second of all, I need to figure out some way to choose one buff and two debuffs that are not this buff. Okay, I think I figured out how to do that. But, what is this? Fly speed of bullet? No, this is speed of player. Comment your code, kids. Otherwise, you're not gonna know what you meant. Oh, excuse me. Tight. Self upgrade. Okay, this looks good. Health. Yeah, so ammo is now called charge. Oh yeah, charge cost. Charge cost is how much it costs to fire a shot. The other thing here is I definitely don't want all of the things to, okay, so instead of doing this, what I'm gonna do instead is, this. Also will be additive. And true will be multiplicative. Yeah. So yeah, so that will so yeah, max health will, excuse me, I also might want to change these to percentages instead of just that, but that's later. Max health is, if it's false, it's additive. And say this was 100, then it would add 100 to your max health. If it was multiplicative, that's true, and it still stayed at 100 for that won't ever happen, but it would multiply your health by 100, which is not happening. I think multiplicative upgrades can only happen to certain. No, multiplicative will be for really good ones, but it will never be double. If it's multiplicative, on a rare chance any of these are multiplicative, then it will be like, you know, 1.02 times 1.02. Or if it's multiplicative debuff, then it will be something like, you know, times 0.98, you know? Minuscule changes. But huge because they're multiplicative. Right. Okay, let me grab some water. I do need water. That's why I drink so much tea during these streams. Because I don't want to be congested and also I need water. But I'm just gonna get a huge mug of water right now. I forgot that you can see my screen, so you can see OBS right there. It happens. There's nothing on there that... there's nothing on there that looks doxy to me at first glance, anyway. Why would there be? It's a tool for streaming. It should obviously show up on stream sometimes. Okay, anyway. Let's take a gander. So... okay, so hold on, let me, what can be upgraded? Let's see. Let's put that there. I think I want to make defense like a curve, like make your damage into a curve of some point, of some kind. So I'm thinking these can probably be grouped into some sort of categories to make the code easier, right? I also want to make your fire rate really much lower in the first few levels. Okay, so actually in that case I can just, you know, Just make it 12. Let's see if 12 is a good number. Is not a bad number. I do want to put doors on the entrance, probably. The entrance and the exit. Or just the entrance. Yeah, I'm gonna get caught up in playing this again. It really does just feel good to move around and shoot these guys. Okay, 12, maybe not. 24? So you have to really think about going into your rooms and stuff, right? The minimum gun charge the pickups can give you is now 32. So it's okay if I waste ammo a little bit more, as long as somebody eventually gives me a pickup, you know. I can't believe that was the first time I took a hit just then. I like 24. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, look at that. It sets me right back up to 500. But I should make that a percentage instead of a flat number. That can be later, once I actually start getting the upgrades in order. So we need to watch the video I was talking about on draggable UI elements too, but that's also later after I get the actual system working. How will I test the system without dragging everything around? Don't worry about it, kitten. Okay. This might be unsolvable on floor 1. Let's see if I missed any entrances anywhere. Looks like I did. Okay. But yeah, we also gotta fix unsolvable mazes, because it does happen. Gotta fix that too. You can pretty reliably avoid all their shots by just doing that. Yeah. I probably ought to make it to where they do like 2 damage. Because this really is not tense at all. Sometimes I can't avoid hits, but it usually doesn't matter. Oh, okay, this is starting to matter. It matters when you're being grouped up like that. When you're being ganged up on. Like that time I just got hit 4 times in like a frame. Still gotta make the damage indicators do DPS instead of just damage that you just did right then. See, that always cures my ammo to maximum. So it does kind of make the game feel a little bit less good because there's not really a large amount of pressure. Okay, well, hold on. It really doesn't take long to go to 0 health if you're pretty good at the game. I don't know why I still have steps though. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Fire rate. I wonder if the gun should just... I think that's probably what it should do. It should just slowly charge itself over time. Given a charge rate. We'll see. I'll put a question mark on that. I'm also gonna put question mark on defense. Oh yeah, also what can be doubled by the transistor? Base attack? Not sure. Definitely not something that can get out of hand like fire rate. Also, doubling it would slow it down. If the gun charge can be doubled, the gun charge rate can be doubled too. But those are pretty good right now. Because the gun charge rate will be a flat number as well. How is it upgraded? Now let's loop into categories. I mean, let's put these in categories, to be honest, because I don't want to make it. It's gonna be. Yeah. Look, we're also gonna want to figure out a way to indicate that. Excuse me. It's really hard to tell when you've been damaged, to be honest, and when you're getting close to running out of ammo and, like, you know, that kind of stuff. I guess telling the player the gun charge isn't as immediately important as telling them their health, though. But that's player communication. That's later. Right now, we're doing a system. We're doing back-end stuff. We don't tell the user to use Chrome. What's this? Oh. Excuse me. Okay. What am I doing? Oh yeah. We're putting this in categories like things that are so okay. Why did I put it in snake case? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking stuff like health is an add buff, right? And then add debuff would be charge cost. Because if you add to the charge cost, that's a debuff. Health, attack, charge, charge rate. I'm putting it in, but I don't know that this will be a thing. Probably, maybe, I don't know. The higher your bullet speed is, the more accurate you are. Because it will go to where you're clicking faster. That's why I'm able to dodge the enemy's bullets so easily right now. Is because they don't fly particularly fast. Once we get enemies that are more sure, then you know. Ad spread, that's a debuff. See, the thing is, I don't want you to be able to get, like, absolutely ridiculous speed because you'll just ram into every wall. You know what I'll do? You know what would be really funny? What's the speed of the player right now? Speed is 75. Okay. What if I did that and then did speed divided by 100? Speed divided by 100, right? Where's speed used? Just here? Or what? This is shadowing. I think that'll even, yeah, that even took some out of my, that even took, yeah. Bullet is, okay, well, let's make this not shadow. Just because. Is that all? Huh. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good. Then let's see. Infantry division, do not care. I can ignore those. Missing connection method. Missing me carrying. Okay, how do I turn this off? There we go. What was I doing? Yeah, I was making the player, the speed is speed of the player, right? And so that should be exactly the same. That feels exactly the same. However, oh, look at that. However, if I were to, I should have saved that. However, if I were to upgrade my speed by like 3 points, then it would be barely anything, as opposed to being like a huge bonus. So if I ever need to make, ooh, oh, okay, hold on. They're not moving at all. That's probably because I divided their speed by 1,000 on accident. Where's their movement script? Okay. Oh. Yeah. There we go. I mean, I could just make them static. I don't know, why not? Why not is because that's boring. And they can't follow you through rooms anymore like that one just did. Excuse me. These tile floors are really growing on me as well. Definitely keeping them. I'm gonna touch it up a little bit, but I'm gonna keep the pattern. Dang, I gotta make sure to like give Nemesis a cut for that or something. I don't know. Anyway, oh, hold on, I'm getting absorbed in the game again. Okay, I'm going to die. Actually, I'm not playing very well at all. Did that one bullet hit 2 enemies? I don't know that I care. Okay, well, this is not a good situation to be in. See, with groups of enemies like that, I also can't, like, get in there and get upgrades if, well, if anyone would drop any. Because they do have a hitbox and they do block my access. Now see, this is... I'm locked in a little. Okay, that's the entrance. I wish somebody would give me an ammo pickup. A charge pickup. Okay, this is not a good situation to walk into. There we go, I got all my health back. Where's the exit though? There it is. I definitely am gonna need a charge pickup. Though, the thing is, I also think that gun slowly recharging over time might encourage people to just sit back for a while and not do anything. Okay, is this one... Oh, this one's impossible. Look, it's just an L shape. And I removed all my manners of death. Okay, yeah, I gotta get that sorted at some point. But this stream, we're just focusing on the other thing. Okay, so, yeah, what was I doing? What I was doing... got this. Oops. Defense... Since I'm putting the other one in there, it might as well go in. Attack, player speed, yes. Gun charge. Fire rate. Bullet spread. Gun charge is here. Gun charge cost is here. Gun charge rate is here. Okay, so we do have everything separated into 2 categories. Which is great. Didn't I tell it to ignore that? Oh, would you look at that? Okay, put that there. That's not what I did not mean to do that. Oh wait, is that just where it goes? Okay. Now will it just not do? Nice. Can't ignore that one apparently. How do I ignore that one? Okay, can't ignore that one. All right, I finished my water already. What? Where did that all go? I had a whole big mug of it. Have I been just faffing around this whole... I have been faffing around this whole stream. Okay. Well, we've got this. So there are two ways we could really go about this in the code. We could, just say, you know, if it's a... Okay, so I want to... Hang on. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's see. Roll. What does the roll variable do? Oh, just that? Well, that's bad. This code is terrible. That's okay. Is it raining outside? Pardon me. I believe it is raining. It was raining hard earlier too. It was thunderstorming and all. Excuse me. Ooh. Is that always what we're doing today? Yeah, this is what we're doing right now. Which is part of this. Okay. But I want to highlight that when I come back. Then, okay. Yeah, keys. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna want to do is this. No, not that. So it's going to return. It's going to return a dictionary, I think. It could return an empty dictionary. And I'll do something, I don't know, funny for that, if it does. Yay, Baller World by Golgi. Heck yeah, I love this song. Okay. Oh, wow, excuse me. I need to learn 3D modeling. just reminded me of that for no reason. Okay, why am I still in the errors? We don't look at our past mistakes, because they'll just make us feel bad. Okay, anyway. There's also, okay, so here's the deal that I just figured out. These are going to be like upgraded differently. Like health, like player speed should have a much lower range of should it? Hold on, I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, I'm thinking like you can get an additive. Oh, this will, no, it'll be, hold on. No, I'm thinking of something else. Okay, so you can like add 5 to your max health, right? If you add 5 to your gun charge, it's gonna make less of a difference. But I guess it will make some difference. Add 5 to your bullet speed, and that's a humongous difference. So what I could do is I could also like increase the bullet speed by 100, which I think I will just do. Okay, so instead of yeah, okay, that'll do. Charge cost. Spread. Add 5 degrees of spread, and that's a lot too. So I'll probably just like, you know, multiply the value by 10 and then divide it by 100 in the actual equation that, you know, calculates it, so that it'll make the buffs or debuffs more or less impactful. I already have spread. Why did I put spread twice? Okay, well, there's not that many add debuffs, are there? Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I don't have the bullet script out currently. Why do I have a game scenes folder when there's only gonna be like, no, 2 game scenes, I think. One is the UI, one is the title screen, I mean. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna add it in the fire command actually. Which is an enemy. Okay, so I also did the class script wrong. I should have the thing that's defining the class as a second script, as a separate script from the 2 things that inherits this class, that extends this class. I should have that because the player just has all of these functions like do AI. The player has this function but just never calls it because it's in this script. So I'm gonna fire 100 and B speed divided by 100. No, divided by 10. So now the player needs to fire at higher speed as well. So that'll be exactly the same. Bullet speed is a humongous upgrade right now, actually. So I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna even go another. Is that another order of magnitude? Okay. So I'm actually gonna make the enemy script is the one that has the thing that that parses the upgrades, right? So that each entity can have exactly the same amount of upgrades as a player. And each enemy, when it spawns in, is gonna roll like a bunch of random upgrades. First it's gonna roll to see if any of its slots are filled, and then it's gonna roll the upgrades. So I'm gonna... Do I have an auto-loaded script? I gotta check that. Globals. I don't. Okay. Well, does the pickup know what main is? Pickup, I don't think it knows what main is. Where's it added to? Is it added to the game? Game. Okay, so wait, no, that's flavor indicator. This is gonna have to change also, by the way. This is the damage indicator code. I'll remember that. What was I doing? Like I said, I am tired today, but I have some stamina to go on. Although I really have not been doing much except reading my own code for this whole hour because I don't know what I was doing. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the pickup. Having that in array instead of a dictionary is actually smart. I'm glad I figured out how to do that. Okay. But we're gonna need the game will have difficulty. Actually the game will just have the floor number, won't it? So I think I'll just, for now, I'll give it times floor number for everything. Okay. The buff key. Okay. I'll give it a 1% chance to be multiplicative for now. That's a not quite 100. There we go. A 1% chance to be multiplicative. If it equals 0, then yeah, okay. Okay. Buff value equals and if it tries to assign a float to an integer, like I think health is one of them. No, wait, hold on. Let's go back into the upgrades. I cannot type today. That's a float. Yeah, because it's a velocity. I think that's an int. Let me check. No, it can be a float. I think that. Yeah, that's the number of frames before shooting the next one. I wonder what happens if you set that to 0. That's definitely a float. What do we do about this? I know what we'll do. We'll ignore it for now. Make them all floats. Let's see. I don't know, let's make it, let's make it 5 times floor. To 15 times 4. Oops. There we go. That should be that. We are indeed developing. Buff value. Let's make it just buffs for now. Before the day of the end of the world? Who knows? Hopefully. Actually, this system is like one of the most complicated things we're going to be doing. Once I get this system out of the way, we can go into starting playtesting and polishing. And I think that like the last few mechanics, like, you know, bosses and whatnot. And once the polishing and the bosses and stuff are finished, then playtesting will have to be with the fixed mazes, of course. It's actually not terribly far off, to be honest. Just have to actually, you know, do it. It's really hard to tell when I'm about to burn out though, so I have no idea ever when I'm going to burn out soon. So, you know, you'll just have to bear with me sometimes. I'm figuring stuff out. Now, I'm not 100% sure I want to code a game on stream again. I think I want to do videos that are like coding adventures, you know? November 23rd? Oh, definitely not out by November 20th. Oh, wait, maybe. Probably not out by November 23rd. But maybe. Actually, that's the goal I originally set, so maybe. The goal I originally set was mid-November. The playtest will be out by then. It will have been out for a while by then. November 23rd is the date of the end of the world. How do I add things to a dictionary? It is Tuesday night. We are having some Tuesday night shenanigans right now. So how do you every year on the last Sunday before Advent is the day of the end of the world. So it's ended like a couple billion times so far. I mean, well, technically, would you count days before Jesus as anything to do with Advent? I don't know. Oh, a day to talk about the end of the world. I see. I don't think it'll be out by November 23rd, but we'll have the playtest out by then. What was I doing? Methods. Assign. Signs emblems of another dictionary, okay. Find key, no. I want to add. Merge? Probably not. Set key value. Set the things given, okay. Is this how you add keys? There was only one Advent, yeah, true. So it's only been 2026 years of the day of the end of the world. Merge. Okay. Hold on. Ooh. I think was the current plan, hold on. What was I doing? Set. I think set is the one. Set key. So yeah, the current plan is that I moved all of this stuff that I had done that I was going to do to here, and also a little bit to do later. This is almost all the stuff we have to do left, I think. Definitely all this stuff, definitely like before the playtest, like some of this, only like this stuff or whatever. This is what we're doing now. This is what I did today. It took me an hour to do all this. I don't know. I'm tired. Add buffs and add debuffs. If you add to the health, it's a buff, but if you add to the charge cost, it's a debuff. Which I actually just like, wait, did I just, oh my gosh. I just did not account for that actually. So some of these chips will just suck, actually. Okay. So I need to, okay, I need to sort these into categories or whatnot. Okay. I'm gonna... So first of all, I actually don't need these... you know what I'm gonna do? It'll be so much easier. If I do this. Just turn these into that. Because I don't need these. Data is a dictionary, for sure. But these can be arrays. Okay, I'm not good at explaining what I'm doing right now, so apologies for that one. But you can kind of get a understanding of what I'm doing, you know. Just think about it. I don't know. There, okay, so thank you. Thank you. Okay, these, I think this code will actually just straight up work in the exact same way. No, it won't. Okay, that should work. Never sets what key. Oh, keys equals self upgrades. Okay, that's the wrong one. I'm so sloppy today. Wow. Okay. Now that should work. Pop at still works for that, because that turns it into a array. I have no idea what this else here was. I think it's just, I don't know, in case of catching an error, I don't know. Okay. It's supposed to be a 1 in 25 chance? Okay, that's stupid. And what happens when, oh yeah, it just adds the data to your inventory, right? If you pick it up. Pick up the data. Okay. First of all, let's make enemies drop 100 or drop things, spawn items 100% of the time. Second of all, game.spawn item. Yay, Gato by Nobunoko. Floor number. Yeah. Spawn item. Spawn item. What types do I want? I want it up to 4, right? No, I want up to 3. Type is 2. In Latin? Probably not. Oh no, I did find it in Latin at some point. I think the file's still on my computer somewhere. I could read it in Latin, but I'd have a terrible pronunciation and I wouldn't understand what I'm reading. Okay, now enemies drop 100% of the time, and also it can be upgrades. So... okay. Non-existent function set, but that's what... it wouldn't be too bad. I would just like stumble a lot, you know? Merge. The keys are typed, okay. It's empty. Ash. $32-bit hash integer value. That's cool. Has... how do you get or add? Gets a value and ensure the key is set. If the key exists, it behaves like get. Otherwise, the default value is inserted into the dictionary and returned. Corresponding value for every key. Okay. What version of Godot is this? 4.5. That's the one I'm using. I love this song. Let's run that one back. Hold on. Heck yeah. Get or add seems like the... gets the value. Gets a value and ensures the key is set. Key. Default. Okay, that should do it. It's my bad. Hey, would you look at that? A self upgrade, and it supposedly it just went into my inventory. Okay. Oh, oops. Let's see the output. It should have printed that. No. Why is that null? Ensures the key is set. If the key exists in the dictionary, this behaves like get, which is up here. Otherwise, the default value is inserted into the dictionary and returned. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I do have something like a wizard robe. It's just a trench coat, but it looks kind of like a wizard robe. I don't have a wizard hat, but I do have a fedora. I do have a new lamp, so I can probably do face cams. Whoa, hold on. I almost fell over. if it has a key. Has all. Okay. Hash is not right. Add a party cone to the fedora. That's a good idea. And those are pretty cheap. It should be set, right? If the entry does not exist. So, yeah. It'll give invalid access. Okay. I can't imagine why that would be null. Let's see. Okay. What's that say? Null. Okay. There's some upgrades, 2 gun upgrades, and it's really hard to actually tell. They're all 3 gonna be null. They're all 3 null. All 3 of those are null. Is there just a straight up add? Assign. Assigns elements of another dictionary into the dictionary. You know what I could do? Never mind, that won't work. It's rolling the upgrades, right? Let's see if it's rolling the upgrades at all. It says say hi. Okay. So the data shouldn't be null this time. Theoretically. Okay. Now would you take a gander at that? It's working. However, and it's printing the pickup data. It's in the player script, so the inventory should already exist, right? Inventory pinned, yeah. No! That's what I thought. Well, what? The first one just was null. Okay. Yeah, every 10 floors there will be like a boss that's like a much more upgraded enemy, like a couple good difficulties higher. And then after each boss, you'll get a transistor, and also the difficulty will increase a lot. So it won't be times floor number. It'll be times difficulty, which is like floor number times the amount of bosses probably that you've faced. So it's basically like a yeah. It's basically like a big enemy, and there will be like just one or two other enemies on the floor other than him. But he's the big guy, the one that you have to worry about, and then he drops the cool item. Yeah, so also here, in upgrades, what can be doubled? That's what the transistor will do. It will double one of these. Get it? Because transistors are like adding a bit, and adding 1 bit doubles the things you can store. What needs to be done to make it this way? I don't need this question anymore because I'm doing that right now. Maybe. Will there be an item named the cool item? Possibly. Not probably, but possibly. And if not this game, definitely in some other game like an RPG, where I can just add items willy-nilly instead of just chips. Yeah, I'm clicking a pin. Okay, I'm gonna need to take a 5-minute break soon to refill my water, etc. But let's see. Did you drop by the let me cook guy? Exactly. Okay. So I don't know what this is about, the null. Zero through keys.size. Oh, because keys.size -1. That'll do. That'll prevent any null values there. Now data works. Data works just fine. But it doesn't. Where's the pickup scene? Pickup parent has data. Pickup area, yeah. Pickup area. Area dot get parent, that's correct. Let's see. My break? Yeah, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. Okay. Now let's see. What? Oh, no data for the 3 other pickups I picked up. When rolling, they did print their data, which is correct. The one I did pick up, okay, and then it printed the pickup data twice, and it just didn't have any for some reason. I think everything I'm doing seems right. Whoops, I didn't mean to pick that one up. So theoretically, when I just spawn a pickup in, there we go, that should have printed right there. Yeah, printed. That'll upgrade speed. Upgrade it by 10. What's up? I'm clipping it. Welcome to the stream. Gorilla indeed. However, if I were to go and pick that up, it'll print null twice. Now watch that happen. It printed null twice. So it's not pick, what? No, that shouldn't be null. Pickup, which is this object right here. And that's confirmed because this is the one that does the queue free. It has a variable called data. Oh my gosh. I get it. I get it. That's probably what it was. That was probably it. I'm be making a shooter game, kind of. Like a roguelike kind of thing. I'll explain it in a second. Once I figure out that minor error, user error, that was all. That was it. It was it. That was it. No more null. No more null whatsoever. That's just correct. Okay, let's print the player inventory. Yeah, roguelike shooter game where you climb tower, get exponentially stronger. And that sounds fun to me. And the movement feels really good and all that. Okay, so no more printing data. What else were we printing? We're printing the data here and here. So now the pickup data works. Now we're gonna print the player inventory. Mm-hmm. I know who you are. I recognize your speech patterns, I do believe. Okay, anyway. Unless I'm wrong. Then that would be embarrassing to a lesser man. Would you look at that? My inventory is increasing. Okay, I definitely know who you are. My inventory is increasing in size. Okay, I'm gonna take a break now. I need to get water and stuff. Oh, I didn't turn my mic off. Oops. Okay. Yeah, this song is definitely really good. I forgot to turn my mic off. How sad. Not Turtle Dance. It's the other one. Asphalt Jump by 10B. Ugh. I'm thinking I should switch over to doing dev videos instead. Because first of all, I can like take 6 months to do a small project. And second of all, yeah, true. I don't know why I'm saying true. I've never listened to any of those. Anyway, I'm thinking I should switch over to like doing dev videos and stuff. And then after the end of November, I can actually I can like drink a bunch of whiskey and then write the scripts for them. And then drink some more whiskey and read the scripts off on camera. I think that'd be really funny. Heck yeah. I can embrace my I can embrace my inner dev. I already kind of sound like I'm drunk anyway. Just like by default. Okay, what was I doing? I don't need to print the inventory anymore. We just got the inventory working. Now we need to get the debuffs working. A drinking, I was actually thinking about that. I should do it. There's a bunch of driving simulators. Oh heck yeah, Sans. There's a there's a bunch of like driving simulators that I can just get absolutely hammered and drink and drive and then dox myself because I'm not paying attention. I sure am. Ugh. For real. He actually did that, I think. There's like a ton of clips, but I think honestly he made most of those clips on purpose, to be honest, with those driving simulators. I'm getting distracted. Okay. I need to make some sort of inventory system. But I don't know. Okay. I need to make some sort of like draggable UI elements inventory system. But that can be in a second, because I need to. Oh yeah, I need to add the buffs, the buffs, the numbers and the symbols in the thing. Dude, I wish coding was that easy. Whoops. Yeah, so I could do coding adventure videos, and I could be like, it would be like what's his name, Sebastian Log or League, whatever, but a completely different style. Like, I would not be, yeah, whatever. First of all, I don't want to do complicated ray tracing stuff. I want to do stuff like falling sand or whatnot, you know. But it would help me to like jumpstart my game projects to actually do that, and then I could like make a game out of combining my coding adventures together. Okay. For I in 2. I got, oh, never mind. Max health, defense, 2 defense key, things. That one's slightly better. Why am I adding? Okay. I'm gonna comment this one out. Oops. What? Oh. Yeah, you can click J to do that. You can, oops. You can click Control J to do that for some reason. What was the other one that I wasn't sure about? Charge rate. Which I don't actually have here. What? Oh. I breathed in some water. Okay, anyway. Okay, I don't need this comment anymore because that was a relic of an older system. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah. Pop at, hold on. Let me go to array. Where's array? Dictionary. Array. Description. Methods. Pop. Pop at. Is there a pop random? Pick random. There is pick random, but I'm pop at removes and returns. That's the one. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Because now the buffs and the 2 debuffs have to be different. Yeah. Okay, now that will just subtract. So there's so the thing is down here in upgrades. I said add buffs. So and then add debuffs. So these are ones you want to subtract. So these will get buffed sometimes in the debuffs, and they'll get debuffed if they're in the buffs, which is not cool. Excuse me. I love this song. I breathed in too much water. I want to print out my inventory now because I want to see want to see, yeah, I want to print out my inventory after picking things up. Hold on, it sounds worse than it is, don't worry. I want to see the buffs and debuffs. Okay. Okay, well, that's not right. Glad I did that. Charge cost 12. It's adding the buffs, but not the debuffs. Buff debuffs. What? What was I on 2 seconds ago? What was this even supposed to do? I don't even... That's interesting. Oh, that was supposed to be the return value. Okay. Oh, those were all gun upgrades, weren't they? Oh. Yeah, that's the problem with having a bunch of duplicate code everywhere, is that you forget to actually duplicate it. There's definitely a a better solution for that, which I could implement in like 2 seconds, honestly. Now let's see my new inventory. Bullet speed, bullet spread, and max charge. Speed, attack power, and health. Bullet spread, fire rate, and charge cost. Yeah, see, charge cost here is supposed to be one of the debuffs. However, since charge cost is negative, because it was supposed to be a debuff, that's actually helpful because it will cost 5 less charge to shoot a bullet. So that is not right. I'll have to figure that out later. So roll. I even have type, which I didn't use. Yeah, shadowing and oh. Oh no, I am using that. Oh, okay, hold on. I don't need this return anymore. Okay, that should work. That should work exactly the same way. I also want to make this like that, so it calculates it separately for all 3 of them. Okay, that should work. That should just work the exact same way, but with no duplicate code, which means it's just better. Int. Oh. Yeah, because I forgot to... I feel like this music weirdly fits this game for now, as in its current state. Should definitely also decrease it to like 100 charge, or like 64, 128, something cool like that. Lowering the fire rate really made it more accurate. Okay. Oh, definitely also, now that they drop upgrades like 100% of the time, it's a lot easier. Who would have thought? I kind of have fun just mowing these guys down, to be honest. Let's see my inventory. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of chips. That's my whole inventory right there. Okay, that's actually not too many. This is also a huge buff as well. This minus fire rate. Well, it's not a huge buff. Oh, actually, yeah, I think it is. That's an oversight. Okay. Fire rate. Fire cooldown. Okay. That's used in the... Oh no, that's actually right here. If I do that, and for the enemies. Yeah. Now that should be exactly the same, shouldn't it? Okay, that's not the same. Okay. That's not the same. Fire rate. Base fire rate. Okay, I don't know why this is even here, because it doesn't do anything. Yeah. Okay, I accidentally did the wrong one. That's roughly the same. Actually, I think they're firing faster. Whatever. It works. It actually is pretty good. Pretty good fire rate. Even if it isn't the same as it was. Now I have some chips in my inventory. Now I want to make it go back to let's do 1 in 5. See if that does anything cool. Now we have items in our inventory. We need to like actually, you know, like render them and all. Ooh, you know what I'll do? I'll make the upgrades blue. Because if you'll see, oh, it's still a fairly decent drop rate, isn't it? They don't drop it 100% of the time anymore. Demonstrated by that guy right there. But I like that chance. Now we need to make an inventory, and then we'll make it draggable in a little bit. Yeah, later. Right? Does tab do anything? Tab doesn't do anything, so tab will be our inventory key, like Noita. This is my inventory. Excuse me. I need to lie back for a second. Because I am tired. Ugh. I also need to get a math quiz done. It shouldn't take too much energy. I think that's the only thing I have to do school-wise today. But that's later. For now, we're gonna. Oh, it's been 2 hours and I've done like nothing. Okay, well, we're gonna start working on the inventory. All UI. Let's go to 2D. I am failing my class. Well, not in math. I'm actually doing like really good in math. Even though I've been missing some of I've been missing some of the classes. I mean, I've been skipping every class for math, but I've been missing some of the quizzes. Don't skip your classes, but I'm doing it. I haven't been to a math class in months. Oh shoot! It's late October. I have to start looking at the other math too. Okay. Well. Okay. I'm failing history though. That's something I am failing. I don't know. Let's do something like this, right? That'll be the inventory, right? Yeah, something like that looks pretty okay. Okay. But it won't just be like that. Hold on. It's all a panel, okay. I actually want that to be like, let's see. 600 by 460. Yeah, that's good. Center. That's okay, then never mind. No. 440, yeah. And then I'll be 20. Yeah, there we go. That's centered. H-box container. container sizing. Yep. And this will be 2. And this one will be 1. Let's go to UI script. On return pressed. Oh, yeah. Input event. Open pause menu. Open inventory. And that'll be tab. I'll add controller support later as well. Open inventory. I forgot to rename it. Yeah. Check that out. Functional, except when it gets in my way. It's not gonna pause the game. It's just gonna be like that. Okay, now let's actually put things in the inventory. This one will have a grid container. Grid map, that's not the one. Grid container. No, scroll container. I don't know how many columns the grid container will have, but I know that panel 2 will be the upgrades. Whoa, whoops. Yeah. Okay, hold on, my chair is all kind of janky right now. It's on 3 wheels instead of its normal 5. Where's my music? Aha. Okay. I want the horizontal scroll to be disabled. The vertical scroll is enabled. You still the what? Huh? What? Oh, the 5th wheel? Yeah. And make inventory invisible by default. And then same. Yeah. Grid container. And then later we'll make the scrap mechanic so that you can scrap your upgrades. So area 2D, can it detect? when the mouse enters it. If it can. Because if it can detect mouse hovering, I want to, you know, put a label on for what the upgrade stats are. Gravity. Pixels per second square. I see. Has all right. What I think I'm gonna do for the hover menu is I'm just gonna have another area another area 2D that hovers and goes to the mouse position. Oh yeah, I forgot. Not right. I don't know. Yeah, okay. This one goes. This one goes full rect as well. That's the one. Okay. We're to make. The custom minimum size of this be like, I don't know, 50 by 50. Texture rect. Now this one will be 50 by 50. And oop. Speaking of, we gotta hang on a second while I load this into GIMP. We gotta change the thing. We gotta change the textures. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta change the textures of the things to be blue. The upgrade chip gun and upgrade chip self. Both of those. So I'm gonna make these blue. Blue seems like an upgradey color to me. Wouldn't you say? Could make this a little bit brighter on the edges. edges. Oh, definitely. That looks pretty good. Heck yeah. Okay, I gotta export this so you can't watch that either. You could have watched that. I was just clicking like 2 buttons. There we go. Okay. Actually, let's see that in game, because I just want to play the game more. Forgot to turn it off by default. Green is health pickup or charge pickup. And blue is upgrade. If one of them would just give me one. Okay, none of them is actually giving me an upgrade now. There we go, look at that, blue upgrade. That's pleasant to look at. I also don't need to print the player inventory anymore since I'm gonna be yeah. Okay, don't need to print the player inventory anymore. Let's get that out of the way. I wish I could just ignore this thing. Does the player have a... It just doesn't have a raycast. I could just, you know, put one for no reason. I don't know why I would. Anyway. What was I doing? Oh yeah. The only thing that this will be is chips. But hold on. Inventory. Is that... This has a reference to the player somewhere. Yeah. This does have a game reference. Game reference dot player reference dot inventory. Okay, that'll be fine. Main. Okay, this will be. Oops, wrong. All UI. Yeah, because that's the canvas layer, the parent of the canvas layer. Here's what I'll do. Okay. if player inventory is not equal to main dot game reference dot player reference. This sucks, by the way. Don't do this. Don't code like this. Dot inventory. If it does not equal that, then you're gonna code like this. Main.gameReference.playerReference.inventory. Player in your computer exploded. Yep, for real. Inv. Player inventory now does equal inv. And okay. Now what? What was that all about? Okay, update inventory, that's the one. For now, that does nothing, because what I need to do is do I ever use the stats menu variable? No. I just do this, which that's okay. But I do. Oh no, I actually do use it to make it visible. That's the only thing. Okay. Oh, let's put the. Whoops. That's not right. Preload. Inventory item. How do I remove an item at a specific thing, at a specific place? Let me think for a second. Well, we're not removing items right now. We're only adding items right now, so that's okay. Once I get around to adding items, I think I'm gonna call it. It's 7. We did some work today. That's good. Don't know about upgrades, but you know, we're gonna add items. This will be a dictionary. I can't believe this took us 2 hours though. Us. Like we're doing it. I'm doing it and it took me 2 hours. No, it's gonna be an array actually. Yeah, it took me. It didn't take us 2 hours to do 2 things. That's okay. It took you 2 hours to watch me. See that note you put it there? Yeah. It took you 2 hours to watch me do nothing for 2 hours. That's true. What was I saying? What was I doing? Update inventory. Yeah, we're not removing items right now. We'll figure that out. Oh. Okay, what am I doing? Player inventory. That's the one I want. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That should do for that, and then oh, I need data on whether they're a gun upgrade chip. Yeah, data.get or add. Whoops. Type 2. 3. No. 0 and 1. That'll do. And then oh, no, new item. New item dot texture equals I type. Yeah, that works. I love this song. I love this song so much. I love Earthbound. I should play it on stream. Now what? Main. Okay, that should do. Okay, wait, this is 50 across, right? The inventory item is 50 across. Now, how big is the inventory container? The inventory menu? No, this part of the container. That's transform. 397 divided by 50. 7. I'll call it 7 columns. That means there will be a little bit extra left over or whatnot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's see if this works. It won't, but let's see. Come on, give me, yeah, there we go. Didn't work. What happened? Update inventory. Her eye in player inventory. Print player inventory. Print eye. Ooh. That's the one. Okay, well, this is actually hectic, and I'm gonna die before getting an upgrade chip over up there. Unless I pick them off one by one. Or if somebody gives me a health upgrade, that would be helpful as well. I just need one upgrade chip, please. I should give myself high-powered shooting again. There we go. Didn't work. It didn't work. Okay. Now that actually is a bit surprising. Did it print eye? It didn't. Did print the player inventory. Oh. I did that wrong, that's for sure. I don't know if that, I don't think that was the problem. No. No, that I did not get that wrong, actually. That was right. Print player inventory, it did that. For eye in player inventory, print eye. Put a breakpoint there. See if it's actually doing it. I might need to up the drop rate to 100 again. Alright, I'll see you later. Have fun, have a nice day. And good luck on that work. Yeah, I'm gonna up the drop rate again to 100. Breakpoint. It did work. Did print the player inventory. Okay. Strange how that happened. Oh, I'm at 1 health. Okay. It did not print I. Oh. Why is that? Wait, hold on. Why is the player inventory empty? That's what I'm missing. It shouldn't be. That's stupid. Okay. What if I print it here? Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. That's stupid. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. I put them in the wrong order. Okay, well, from int to string. But it did print that out. Now. Oh, it printed I, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That was a little bit stupid. Oops. That'll do. That won't do. Compressed texture 2D. Oh. Whoops. Oh, I lost it. There we go. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Get. That's, you know, a permanent temporary solution. Look at that, it's in, it's in! Let's get some more. Okay, it only does one. It's what I thought it might happen. It's what I thought might happen. Grid container, yeah. Let's put it in let's assign this a default texture. Right, so now it'll look like that. I actually want it to be the other one. self-upgrade. And I don't remember what I was doing. Oh yeah. Inventory item. Okay, so that does work. That does work as intended. Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make this stretch a little less, I think. 1.7. Yeah, and that looks decent. Let's make it stretch a little bit more. Wait a little bit less. Okay, it's good enough. Okay. That works as intended. So in that case, it's this that's not working as intended, which, you know, not very surprising. For I in player inventory, add child. Oh. Oh, okay. No, that's correct. It should delete every item and then for I in player inventory, yeah, for I in player inventory, it should do that. That works. It's 1 health pickup. Now I should have 2. It should print out 2 in there, right? Print I. Okay. It's not working. That should be, hold on, that should be 1. Okay, you can, yeah. I'll take care of that in a second. That printed 1 thing out, yeah. Whoa, hold on, I'm dying. Printed 2 things out, hopefully. Printed 3 things out or something. Okay, it actually did not anymore. Okay, well that's weird. Okay. That's really weird and not what I wanted. It should be printing two things now. One dictionary, two dictionaries, correct. So why does it only do that one once? The inventory is the player's inventory. And if player inventory is not that, then it should set that to that. Oh yeah, that's why. Strange. Now I'm curious. It has not printed. That is as I expected. Okay, come on, give me a real upgrade. There we go. Okay, hold on. Got one, and it printed it, right? Now that the inventory is updated, it should have given me a health pickup. Oh, well, I switched these around. But, yeah. Now, it didn't give me a second one. Didn't print that one. We're still, where are we still printing the other inventory bit? Oh, print I. Player inventory is nothing, and that's that. There's one thing in there. Oh yeah, unpause that. Now this should be printing that. It sure is. Should be printing two things now. Sure is. It is printing two distinct inventory items. However, upon opening my inventory, yeah, that's not working. Okay, so theoretically, these should always be the same, except for whenever I've just picked up an item. If they are always the same, how are they getting like that without going through the rest of the function? I picked up 3 ones, right? 1 dictionary. No, 2. I picked up 2. 1, 2. Yeah, that's the same. Even though they printed back to back. How are they getting like that without updating the inventory? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a breakpoint right there. The first time the breakpoint should fire off normally. The second time apparently it won't fire off. The first time I pick up an item, the breakpoint will fire. If it does fire the second time, I know something's really wrong. Bam, breakpoint. No breakpoint. So it just didn't do that. Okay. 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 Okay, I have no idea what's going on.
Let's go.
I'm sure it's gonna be so simple. Okay. 0 highs. Picked up a health. No. 0 highs, there should be a high. Player inventory, that's up here. This is the UI's version of the player inventory. The player inventory should become equal to the actual player inventory, if it isn't equal to the actual player inventory. So I'm not changing the actual player's inventory. Will this lag out my game? It's going to be, whoops. Yeah, okay. That's about to be expected. That's just about to be expected. No, I don't get it. I don't. Okay. I have nothing in my inventory right now. It should go to a health pickup once I pick up the health. I mean the self-upgrade chip. There we go, self-upgrade chip. Doesn't even... Not giving up. Each frame, this changes to be the player inventory. Then, if this doesn't equal that, then it updates the inventory. And it changes that to equal that. This will do the same thing, and this will just update it every frame, won't it? Won't it? After I pick up one item, it'll start updating it every frame. Yeah, that's right. It did. It did. But that is stupid. So this should only happen if they're not equal. And furthermore, if they're not equal, it has to go through all this first, right? So why does it never make more than 2 of them? That's correct. I mean, why does it never make 2 of them at least? I don't know. I'm saying it's delirious at this point. I just want this suffering to end. It's not working. Oh, okay. Yeah, also the inventory should close whenever the escape key is pressed. There we go, breakpoint. No breakpoint. Okay. Hang on. Why? My roommates are talking in a group chat and being distracting. Hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on. It equals it once. Okay, hold on. Picked up 3 of them. Stop. I picked up 3 of them. 1, 2, 3.
How is it sinking?
Okay, you can see that's there. You can see the moment right there. Where'd it go? You can see the moment where I picked one thing up and then where I picked the second thing up.
During that time, during this time between where I picked one thing up and where I picked the second thing up.
Kill that bot. Kill this guy.
See, this time when I picked one thing up and I picked the second thing up, during that time, this one frame, player inventory was not equal to INV. Therefore, it should have updated the inventory. Upon updating the inventory, should have done this, should have printed high. And then it should have added several children to the grid container here. And it also should have synced this. I tried putting this in, it didn't work. Okay, anyway. So why is it doing this, but none of this stuff? You have to listen to you have to listen closely to my breathing for a second. As I try not to lose it. What's happening? I'm bass boosted because I'm really close to the mic because I'm angry.
Okay, so, as you can see, you code. As you can see, here's where I picked up an item, and the player inventory. This reference to the player inventory in all UI synced up with the actual player inventory with this huge block of text, right? That's what happened. So that synced up. Good, right? Wrong. Because for that frame, while it was syncing up, player inventory was not equal to inventory, right? So it should run this function, which is where it actually syncs up right here. And I put this at the end too, and it does the exact same thing after all this. So I do that. And here, it clears all the items from my inventory. This is stupid, by the way. It shouldn't clear all, but you know, whatever. And then it adds all the items to my inventory from the inventory that is a reference to the actual player inventory. That was like put right here. So it should add several children if I have several inventory items. And yet it doesn't. It seems to be skipping all of this and just syncing the inventories. I know it's not optimal, but it should work. It should at least work. There, one inventory item. I picked the other one up. That should be 3 inventory items. And if you look here, it's gonna be syncing. Yep, there's 3 inventory items right there. No, there's actually just 1. Also, I need to fix that bit of the UI. That's simple. I'm just, you know. They shouldn't sync if it's not running the rest of this function. What if I did that? It's just gonna run that bit like multiple times. I don't know. It shouldn't need to. Still does the same thing. No, it didn't work. And it still syncs them anyway, somehow. It skipped everything to just run this line of code. For some reason, it just ran this line of code and didn't do anything else. That sure is something. It just didn't do the rest of it. Put a breakpoint there. Okay, that did a breakpoint. Correct. Yay, whippy. I don't know why my controls went weird for a second. Breakpoint. Should have done a breakpoint there, right? Because that's the so it's not running that. Oh. What? I don't think I even click remote. You can see you can click the nodes that are currently in the game. All right. Hold on. Okay. Breakpoint. Well and good. Didn't work. Remote. Deploy with remote debug. Okay. Oh, there we go. Root main. Well, yeah, where's the UI? Oh, here it is. One inventory item. Yeah. Well, I would know that anyway because it would be printing high a bunch, right? Game, player, inventory. This is, something. I have an idea. How about instead of equals? Also, I don't need to do that anymore. Because, yeah, it is now up here. Let's try a pinned array. That worked. It worked. Okay. Almost. Could be a problem with how items are added to the inventory? No. Okay, well, I don't know. It's calling this like too fast or something? I don't know. It called it too many times. I don't know. Oh, okay. Let's do that. I don't think it could be that. I did solve it. I think it was a problem with me using equals instead. Well, I still don't know anything about how that happened. But I do know that I tried something that I thought would be exactly the same and it fixed it. And that happens sometimes. Okay, let's put a bunch of items in my inventory again and see if it does the same thing with the queue free. It was 3 items last time that did it. Okay, there we go. Previously freed. Now, obviously, that'll still run if I unpause it like that, right? No. Okay. Well, that just won't run. Don't need to print that anymore. Print I instead. This should be like a reference to the actual nodes. Every I should be a reference to the actual node that is in the inventory. 2 freebies in a row. Okay. Oh yeah, printing. Freed object. Oh. Remove. You can remove a specific item from an array, right? That's area. Erase. Removes the first occurrence of. Okay, that's the one I want. Dot erase I. No, that'll be. That just won't work, will it? Because. Oh, you know what? That will. Now it won't have a freed object in there. Right. Let's take a couple more items. It's holding up. Okay, hold on. We have 8 items right now. 1 item. Eight items, 1 on the floor. 2 items on the floor. Okay. It is adding 2 items to my inventory each time. Yeah. I think it's adding 2 duplicate items, isn't it? I don't need to print I anymore. I think that's, you know what? Sounds like an issue that I'll worry about right now, actually. I don't know. It's getting pretty late. I need to finish math before midnight. I want to get to sleep before 10, to be honest. Hold on. Ugh, I had to take a melatonin to put a time limit on me. Okay, well, I think that's it. Ugh. The gummies are better than the pills, but I'm out of gummies. Okay, anyway, yeah, that'll be all. I'll fix that all later. See you guys. Goodbye.